Hello, welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB on the Young CGB free-to-play account, trying to figure out how to have a great free-to-play experience in Magic Arena. Now, a big key to that is who you play. You play a million net decks, might be hard, not gonna lie. But the rest of the time, we can do okay. Here's our absolutely trashy Golgari. So, our Golgari deck is missing a lot of things. But we're going to try it out. We got some Llanowar Elves, a Necrotic Wound, some Burglar Rats, a Mausoleum Secrets that we opened. We're trying Highland Game, because you got to gain life somehow. Ironshell Beetle, we got to get some value. Thorn Lieutenant, Glowspore Shaman, Midnight Reaper, some Plaguecrafters, some Rejuvenators. We've even got Skyscanner in here to get that sweet, sweet value. And then here we are with Ravenous Chupacabra. We have a Ritual of Soot, because sometimes we got to blow up the opponent. Vraska's Contempt, Path of Discovery, we got some Findbrokers. We have 3 Gruesome Menagerie. I think we opened all of these, so we're going to try to get something out of it. And then we have some top end too, Carnage Tyrant, Pelakka Wurm, and Meteor Golem to mess with the opponent's permanents. Did the build off camera this time because we need some extra time for the crafting session at the end of this video. Plus, CGB has to go to the movies. We're gonna go see Halloween. The Mrs. CGB and I are going to go see the new Halloween movie, Spooky. We really want early creatures for a menagerie. His hand's not the best for it, but I'll try it. We're on the play, so I think we can get there. And let's see what's up with our opponent. Oh boy! When people don't know what else to do with themselves, red. They play red. Red has always been the most popular deck in Best of One Arena. It has never been close. Oh, this person has some Boros ideas about them. That's interesting. Let's see how it pays off for him. May I resolve this so that you can kill it, please? Thank you. Alright. Rigging Runner. Okay, we got more black mana. Probably gonna need more green mana before it's through, but at least we get up to 5. Oh, of course. Tajik. Sweet. Alright, I have to Vraska's Contempt that. I think I can wait till their turn. I can't think of a way they can avoid the Vraska's Contempt, although Arena never ceases to amaze me. Wow, just all the good cards here. One, two, three, 4. Well, this isn't a 4, but it might as well be. It's a pretty great one. What do I do? Think I better play this Path of Discovery and then this elf. I need all my my things to be big. Library. Get me back what? A Tendershoot Dryad after it dies, I guess. Come at me, bro. All right. Block there. Get that off the board. Opponent takes us to 7. Getting scary. Getting scary here. We could Menagerie for 2. I mean, it's okay, but I don't really want to pay life. But our opponent, I think, tipped their hand that they don't have a removal spell. If they did, I think they would have played it on that elf. So we're gonna go for the tender. And we're gonna draw some land for our efforts. Holy cow. Alright. Got backup Mentor Dork. We're probably on a much better start than us. I don't feel like it's over, but obviously if they draw removal spells, that's dangerous. If they draw burn spells, that's dangerous. I don't think they have either, but that does make it hard to figure out what is actually in their hand, because it has to be something. Okay, that can't attack or block, no problem. We want to prevent as much damage as possible for the rest of the game. That's more important than trading. So we'll fall to 4. Their last card's a land, or it wouldn't have held priority right there. So that's a giveaway. 3 lands in a row. All right, what are we doing? I think I'll play this, and if we're perfect, and I do mean perfect, we'll put a 2-drop into our graveyard. Nope. A 5th land out of 6. Brutal. All right, Findbroker could come down, but I want to save that to get back the Dryad, so we'll use the Menagerie here. It is a little scary with Midnight Reaper, because we're not going to have a choice. Ooh. Ooh. So I need my Reaper to die. If I blow up all the peeps with the ritual going on, but the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of my Reaper if I can. Or find ways not to die. Keeping creatures from dying would also do the trick. Having this in hand, though, it's a weapon. It's got to be a good one. Doesn't help me against a frickin' lightning strike, that's for sure. I shouldn't have even gotten it back now that I think about it. I don't play with cards like Midnight Reaper too often, and it's usually because I fear red decks. Where's my Highland Game? Need my Highland Game. So we can blow up all your things, and then he has the nothing. I would have a Luminous Bonds, but I would have a Tendershoot Dryad. But right now I'm pretty advantaged, so I'm just gonna hold off. Yeah, I think I'll at least go a turn and maybe attack my opponent a few times. If you got a lightning strike, you win. I don't like that, but it's the way it is. Yeah, I threw that game pretty hard. Oh well. Mistakes happen. Stupid Midnight Reaper. Next up, the Oyster Zone. That's not oyster, it's Oyster Zone. What you got? All right. I guess on the play I can keep it. Once again, it's an expensive hand, but I really want those Llanowar Elves for things like this, but oh well. Life goes on. Doesn't it? Does life go on? Can we play? You want to play? All right. They're doing some thinking. It's okay. Those of you keeping track, 4th day without soda. I am extra salty today. I can tell. I just feel grumpier than I've felt. My patience is super thin. So you might get a tilt off today. We'll see. We'll see. It probably wouldn't take much. Probably wouldn't take much, to be really real with you. Alright, let's rejuvenate. Boom, forest, yay. Ironshell Beetle is not nothing, but I think we'll get the Path to Discovery down first. Of course, it'll likely get countered. You know, it'll likely get countered. I'll just say go. I mean, I don't care. The longer the game goes, the better I think I'm doing. Not my opponent, even though control. Oh, Esper. Never mind, they might just be all Teferi all the time. Well, I still don't have a way to bleed out a counterspell on this one, do I? I guess if they're Teferi, I have Plaguecrafter. Let's see if they have something for this Ironshell Beetle. You want to mess with that? Gonna pump up my juvie. Make you respect it. Normally, I'd think the counter would be better on the flyer, but against Esper, I doubt it matters at all. How about this? Can I have a Thopter? Draw a card? I may. You don't say. Lucky guy over here, lucky guy. Keep the lands coming. Yep, Chemist's Insight. Can't have enough cards in their hand. Tap land, okay. Maybe we're closer to a fair fight than I think. If I see a Guildgate, I feel a little bit better about my lot in life. And discarding a Teferi, that's a good sign. Not really. Alright. Well, if the opponent doesn't want to respect us, we'll attack them. Also play this Ravenous Chupacabra, which will hit nothing. I'm saving the path. See, I think what my opponent's going to do next turn is play a Teferi, and then I'm going to play Path of Discovery and Plaguecrafter. But we'll see. Murder. Yeah, that's a thing. But all my targets are equally Garbo, so I don't mind. All my things are Garbo, I don't mind. I guess the one I want to get back the most if I draw a Gruesome Menagerie is the Skyscanner. Well, yeah, that's the only card in the graveyard, so, yep. Alright, well, we get to play our Meteor Golem, or we get to play a Path of Discovery. I guess if I just Golem this, it's pretty good for me. If that was their plan to get back their Teferi, well, you got bombed. Notion rain, notion rain. Woo! Don't know why it makes you sing, but it does. Down to 8. Facing the dorks. Oh my. Does that get back? I guess it gets back Path if Path doesn't resolve. Let's start with attacking. You got something for that? You got something? Oh yeah? Ki. Might be a Wrath of God here with our opponent at 2, but they better have Cleansing Nova. Scoop them up! Well, are you mad you couldn't get your Teferi back with your Eldest Reborn? You mad, bro? Alright, come on, one more. Give me that pack. I also have that 750 quest to knock out, so we may actually grab the green and white deck after a game or two and just try to knock that quest out as aggressively as possible. Zarda's in the house. What's up? Again, what are these hands? They're so slow. I've got all the mana I need. I just need to draw some cards to play between now and later, and I should be able to, but no, it's gonna be mono red, so can't keep an awkward hand and have a, just can't, nothing works against mono red, nothing. Freaking hate this deck. Yep, goodbye. Not even playing. No thank you. I hate red decks so much. It's the laziest deck. It's the least creative deck. It's the most obvious deck. And it's always #1 in Arena. It's always 20 to 30% of the metagame. It was over 60% at various points in Best of 1. I just don't want it. I got no tolerance. I have minimal tolerance for it in my free-to-play account. I have no tolerance for it. Well, what am I saying? I have minimal tolerance for it in my full account with all the wild cards and rares and stuff. I have no tolerance for it in free play. None. No tolerance. Alright, there you go. I guess we can play a 2/2 Ironshell Beetle into a Skyscanner. Legit jank. Let's see, the Oyster Zone. Oh, this is Esper Control again, isn't it? It is. Oh boy. But at least it seemed kind of evenly matched, like they didn't have a million rares. They did have their Teferi. We're sort of set up for that. With as angry as people get in my comments about Turbofog and Teferi, that's how I feel about Red, to be totally honest with you. Some of you already know this. If you're new to the channel, that's my take on it. All right, opt, sure. They kept it on top. I'm guessing a black source or something. Let's see if they're stingy with counter magic in this game. Last game they didn't want to counter things because they were too horrible. But all my cards are horrible. And one of the tricks when you're playing a control deck is you do have to stop everything, even when it's bad. If you get snobby about it, it doesn't work. I would very much appreciate a land off the top that's untapped. Ooh, is our opponent missing? No, they're just skipping phases for some reason. You want to counter that? Didn't think so. So they're just sitting there with a counter in their hand being like, these cards are so bad, I don't want to counter them. We do have some better cards on the way, but I can't guarantee you can counter them. Go get them. What you got? All this garbage, and out of nowhere comes a dinosaur that you can't counter. Let's see if you got a Wrath, a Cleansing Nova, something like that to stay in the game. Oh, you're gonna pose like you have Settle the Wreckage. Okay. Well, there's a lot of ways for me to mess with your Settle the Wreckage. For one thing, you can't use your counter spells right now. If you do, Carnage Tyrant and his team are gonna crush you. All right. So if our opponent's gonna pose like they have Settle the Wreckage, we're gonna treat them like it and make them come up with an actual Wrath of God, which I think that they would have played already. And by that I mean the old card Wrath of God was just destroy all creatures. What I really mean is a Cleansing Nova. We're gonna force them to come up with a Cleansing Nova. We haven't seen one out of this deck yet. They're acting like they have Settle, so we're going to treat them like they have Settle. And I'm going to keep just playing things. And if they play a counter spell here, yeah, they die, so. You, get them. Scoop. Oh, your Settle's not working out. So that's playing around Settle the Wreckage, my friend. My friends out there, just save your big awesome threats. Send in your Garbo. The control deck's usually too snobby to counter or stop your garbage. Take advantage of it. Let's see. Green and white. We're at 18 out of 30. Yeah, we can play some more of the Golgari deck. I bet we can complete our quest with this one. It has enough green cards. Alright, who's next? Keeps. We got an elf. Gotta love that. Don't have our elf every day. And we got this Path of Discovery to kind of ramp out and play Glowspore Shaman. All the good things. And all green spells for our quest. So that's good news. We can't play Glowspore Shaman turn 2 without drawing a swamp, which is a little... But we can beetle up our elf. Hey, we drew a swamp. Life is good. Don't want to attack into that supplier, though. Our elf is way more valuable than that. And I'm going to decline to grab a land. I'm kind of worried about flooding out when I have a Path of Discovery ready to go. I'll probably be able to find all the land I need. It's not guaranteed. Our opponent with a full-on graveyard go here. We see Reaper, we see Findbroker. They stack a land on top. If they really want that land, they won't block with their Stitcher supplier. Let's test the theory. Alright, guess they don't need the land that much. I'm not too happy. Well, if they did want it, and they did put it on top, you gotta assume they do it for a reason. If they did want that land, they don't get it now. Maybe we can stick them on lands. Alright, they found a forest. Maybe not. Jadelight. Glowspore down. Reaper number 2. Alrighty. They're like our deck that spent wild cards, maybe. Skyscanner. I guess we'll try to draw a land and then beetle. Did it. I don't actually need that. Put a counter over there. Library! Look at that. If we get the elf in the graveyard, everything's cooking. Opponent probably... Well, maybe they do want to trade. They have a Reaper, by God. They get to draw cards. However, if they attack with both, I can trade with both. If I trade with both, I can Plaguecrafter the Reaper. Alright, Menagerie. We got a 3 and a 2 and not a 1, but it's fine. Still a lot of value. So, do we want our Reaper or the Skyscanner? I think our Reaper is pretty good. We go Reaper to Reaper here. Do I want to put a land on top? I guess if I do, I get this free draw from the... Yeah, it's free-ish. But if I decline, how much land do I have? I might still need more. I have cards like Pelakka Wurm. It's in the graveyard, but we might find a way to get it back. So it's like putting it on top and getting to draw for free. And we get another one. Do I attack? I guess. Pressure the life total and all. It's not like there are great blocks to be had. We both draw cards if our opponent does. I want my Pelakka Wurm, though. Ooh, they brought out their Vraska.
Go ahead. Beg for mercy.
Shoot down my Reaper. Yes, of course.
That disappear.
More land. Shouldn't have put a land on top. Of course, how do you know? Let's try this. More land. Doing it. Our opponent discards a Plaguecrafter. Well, I'll play a Plaguecrafter. Oh, that's not the greatest draw in the world, is it? Still, bodies are bodies. But no, I think I gotta go for some better cards. Sack this rat. Opponent gets a card from their Reaper, takes a damage. Combat. We'll go over here. And we'll go over here. Maybe I send the elf too. If it dies, who cares? I guess I still don't. Well, no, I'll have enough mana to cast anything I draw. If the opponent takes this out, I'm just wondering, do I need to play around a Necrotic Wound? I don't think I do. We'll just do these. We'll see. Like, even if Vraska lived, I'm sure I'd be able to kill it next turn. So, I've run out of creatures to play. It's very frustrating. Hopefully we find some. Path to Discovery is supposed to make sure that I keep stuff flowing. Oh no! Everything died! Our opponent also into blowing up their own peeps. Found a creature. Let's hope our opponent doesn't have another Plaguecrafter. Or if they do, we'll at least try to get this back later. Findbroker for Plaguecrafter, I'm sure, which means we have to draw a creature. Draw a creature. That is the plan, or a way to get a creature. Another Gruesome Menagerie would do. Very well. You definitely get Plaguecrafter, don't you? I mean, I do have 3 cards. My opponent knows at least one of them's a land. They might know most of them. You gotta get the Plaguecrafter. Nothing else is gonna do it. There you go. Didn't draw the creature, so there you have it. Awkward as hell. We'll have to get you back later, Carnage T. We weren't able to protect you this time. Just in time. Now, is there another Findbroker to chain? There isn't. So, do we want Pelakka Wurm? Or do we want Carnage T? Neither one can be played this turn. I'll get the Tyrant. I think it's just more likely to dominate. Library! That seems like a good one. Oh, are you going to block Carnage Tyrant? I will just eat whatever you play. Oh boy. Our opponent feels the same. Let's go, Carnage. So I keep the lands my opponent's seen. I try to keep them to the left, and I try to remember to play them from the left. So if I draw more lands my opponent doesn't know that are lands in my hand, I can keep that to the right. I'm not perfect at it. I forget pretty often, to be honest, but it's something to work on. You want to pick up tiny little edges in Magic, like having unknown cards in your hand versus known cards. All right, our opponent's chump blocking for little points of life here. I think I will play this on the chance our opponent has another Plaguecrafter. Which I should have just played it to kill the Chupacabra first, but I didn't know they were going to chump it away. Alright. Drawing out all the land. Shaman. Are you getting a land? I wouldn't get a land in this spot. I think they regret that choice. At least I'm guessing that's what just happened. Alrighty, we're really closing in on those spells. I'm also running up against my time crunch. Let's go try to do another. Alrighty, keeps. Pretty good when you have elves into elves and maybe some elves to go with your Midnight Reaper. One green spell. Two green spells. Now all I need to do is find it. Oh, there it goes. It's going to the bottom of the deck, everybody. The Carnage Tyrant. Crap! Electromancer. You. You want to block this? I will draw a card if you do. Alright. It's probably planning to kill that Reaper. But here's my Shaman, and decline all that land. Holy cow. Glad we got rid of it. Ah! Of course we almost put 4 good spells on the bottom. It happens. Things don't always go according to plan. Discovery. They kept the card on top. I'm guessing it must be a land. Alright. Try to play this. Resolves. Behold the garbage. My deck has so much of it. Radical idea to draw a card, sure. Looks like it's an Arclight Phoenix deck. Damage! All of it! Holy cow! Alright. Okay, you got a Drake. Not you, though. You're gonna have to start blocking someday. Yeah. Yes, there you go. Draw me those cards. Sweet. Sweet. Alright, so Necrotic Wound can take out either one. So I'm gonna lead with a Plaguecrafter. Sacrifice this Rejuvenator. How's our undergrowth count looking now? 3? Yep. Exile that thing. Drop a Llanowar Elf. Yeah, kind of went off there. Feels good. Gotta kill that Reaper, man. It's a legit boss. Runs the yard. Our opponent's all in card draw. Not in any burn spells. I'm kind of confused. Keep in mind, they surveilled earlier in the game and kept it all. So this is all by their own design. Gotta make sure I cast this before they concede or die. In case that may be what's going to happen. Well, here comes something. Yep, we killed something. Sweet. Okay. I'll take it back, please. More reapings. Electromancer says, I'm not finished with you. Reaper. Jadelight Ranger. Gotta get their green spells. Alright, got a land. We'll graveyard that. Keep them coming. You gotta kill something to live. Alrighty, job done. Midnight frickin' Reapers, my friend. Maybe we just craft a whole bunch of those. Not good against red, though. But, hey, if you're like me and just want to concede when you play red, there you go. Alright, quest complete. Gold in the bank. We had a good gold week. Got up to 7,350 gold. Let's take it to the store and grab some packs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We also have some packs from rewards. So we've got 10 packs to open. We'll one by one them, and we'll leave the other 30 because I still don't know where those came from or why. Another Findbroker, excellent. An Experimental Frenzy, the only card that makes me want to play red. Very fun card. A Necrotic Wound, good to see more of those, more radical ideas. Chemist's Insight we've seen from the Izzet decks today, it's a very good one. Also keep filling those wildcard meters, we're going to need our wild cards. Goblin Electromancer, Hatchery Spider, haven't quite seen that one take off yet. A Crackling Drake, always could use more of those, and a Mythic, a wild card, delale, yeah. Nice. Thought Erasure. We got a rare wild card. There's a quasi-duplicate. We Dragonauts and Lawlith Giant could both go into some of those decks. And a Venerated Loxodon. We saw what that can do out of a white deck. And now I'm wondering if that was today. I get my days confused. Did we get Venerated Loxodon today? It's so hard to remember. Another Glowspore Shaman. Status Statue is a good filler when you don't have Vraska's Contempts. Etrata, the Silencer. I had to play that on Twitch the other day. A Harpooner, actually pretty good with the Undergrowth cards. And a Deafening Clarion, very good control card. All right, and Camaraderie, which is excellent for the Selesnya deck. So that's going to do it for the packs that we're going to open. We have 5 rares and 3 mythics, 8 uncommons, and 5 commons. So what deck are we going to upgrade? God, the two I just love to play the most are Golgari and Dimir. And since I play so much Golgari on my other account, I'm going to go with Dimir. I think that Dimir is going to win this one, as we're working on a control deck. So what do we most need in a control deck? I do enjoy these Thieves of Sanity, but I don't know how many I need. Disinformation Campaign, though, and Thought Erasure are a few that come to mind. We have 8 uncommons, so picking those up wouldn't be too bad. I'm trying to think what else. Then on the kind of rares and mythics up here, we can grab some surveilling ones. What is a Doom Whisperer? It's one of my favorite cards from the set. Is it a rare or a mythic? It is a mythic, so yeah, probably a few of those and a few of the Dream Eaters would do the job. And can replace some of these other less amazing cards. And then in the rare spot, we can grab some Vraska's Contempts and Thieves of Sanity. And then we can have plenty of Disinformation Campaign and Thought Erasure. And what is Discovery Dispersal? What are you? You're uncommon too. We got 8 uncommons. So we can't get all the Thought Erasures and all the Discovery Dispersals, but we can get a head start. Alrighty, I like it. I like the fake news Dimir control deck. I like the grind. Let's start picking up some things. Let's go to Doom Whisperer. We'll grab one of you. This is also one, once you have all the lands, you can splash white in it and play Teferi like I do in my other account, but not today. So we'll grab another Doom Whisperer and another Dream Eater. There we go. Now, I think I'll raise... I think it makes sense to raise the Vraska's Contempt number or the Ritual of Soot number. Maybe both. Maybe if I have 3 of each, I'd be really feeling good about my rare count. I could have more Thieves of Sanity, but they're so bad against red, I don't think I can pile onto those too much. I honestly admit I could be taking a much more scientific approach to this and sketching out like everything before I get it. Actually, I want to search for his Kanta. However, and you're welcome to do that. If you want to sit there with a notebook and write down exactly everything you plan to craft in what order, you are totally welcome to. I used to take Magic that seriously, and especially like wildcard management in Magic that seriously, but I'm kind of at a different spot in my life now where I really just need to enjoy myself. I think I also want a Bloodfast. That card just makes me really happy as well. Another rare that I really like in my control decks. So I'll get one of those in there to go with the Search for his Kanta. And we'll stick to 3 Rituals and 2 Vraskas, I think is okay right now in the format. Let's grab the Disinformation Campaigns. We don't have to have 4 of them. I think 3 is a reasonable number. And then on the Thought Erasure, though, I probably want to get at least 4 of. Oh, we got at least one from a pack. You saw that go down. That's pretty sweet. What else we got here? So Discovery is another card I really want. Even the other side of it is very good, getting to bounce stuff in a deck that doesn't always have that ability. Now we still have 2 uncommons and 5 commons. So there's a card called Deadweight that I think is better than Fungal Infection, not by a ton, but definitely good enough to pick up a few copies. So we'll get those into the deck and get these out. Sinister Sabotage is another counterspell control staple that we should get our hands on while we have some uncommons that are non-committed. And what is Negate? Common. So yeah, we can grab a few negates. Probably just 1 for now. Let's see what else we need. And it's going to be a lot harder to cut into the deck now, isn't it? But that's part of the good things about Magic. Cut out some of the weaker things. Murder is not weak per se, but it is above rate, as they say. It's kind of an expensive way to kill a thing, so we'll get it out of the deck. As well as the Tezzerets. I don't think I need Nezahal the Primal Tide anymore, as much as I love her. Or the Hostage Taker. Might not need the Chupas. It's not like I have a lot of ways to take advantage of having a creature on the battlefield anymore. How many lands are we running? 26? I think we can pull Opt out of the deck now. I also probably don't need all the blink of an eye. We have Discovery, Dispersal, and we have Dream Eater, who can both act in a similar way. And then I think the deck is cool, and I'm excited to play it. So this is our crafted version of Dimir, Control. And I'm excited to play it for you next week. We'll get the fake news up there on top. Again, you don't have to craft what I craft. You don't have to play along with me exactly. Any one of these, if it really speaks to you, you can pick up and craft into and try to make a good deck. The important thing is that you try to get your good decks together as you move forward and do it with a little bit of focus and stay true to what you like. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this week with the adventures of young CGB and free to play. I will see you next time. Goodbye.